Hello everyone, how you guys doing? Welcome back to the official Nick Walsh TV channel. Welcome back to more Spin and Goes. I know, it's a little bit early in the day. It is now 12 p.m. UK, which is about 2 hours earlier than usual. However, I will show you guys exactly why that is. So, first and foremost, I need to catch a train. Why am I catching a train? Because I would like to attend this event over here. So the Headed Mob Championship returns to Dusk Till Dawn at their beautiful venue in Nottingham. Beautiful might be a strong word. It's a fantastic card club though, and I always enjoy going to Dusk Till Dawn. So the GPI and the Headed Mob Championship has invited me to attend this. There's lots of side events, but primarily it is a 230 main event and a 500-pound high roller as well. I will be taking part in the televised live stream invitational sit and go, which you guys can probably watch online when we actually get set up down there. But I just wanted to bring this to your attention because these guys are taking me out. It's going to be a lot of fun. I have attended at least one other Headed Mob Championship, and it was absolutely awesome. It was a lot of fun, great crowd, really good guarantee for a relatively small buy-in, and I managed to final table that event. Fun fact. So I'm going to be there this weekend. I'm traveling there this afternoon, and that's why I'm going to do an earlier stream today. So the idea is we're going to stream for about 2 hours now today. After that, I'm going to hot foot it over to the train station, and I'm going to go straight to Nottingham to go meet up with the guys and take part in this illustrious poker event. Wanted to give them a shout out. And also just highlight this. If you guys are in the area, I know it's not particularly easy to travel to from some parts of the UK, but if you're in the south or you're in the Midlands, it's actually relatively straightforward. Nottingham is a bit of a hub, so usually there's going to be a lot of direct trains and stuff like that. I would love to see you guys there. If you guys can attend, excuse me, then let me know and I will be in that vicinity. I am going to be grinding my tits off, so if you guys want to come and hang out and shoot some shit and play some cards, let me know. All right, so without any further ado, let's go ahead and get across to our first game. Let's fire up the spins right away so we get some action in right now. Let's get the games going ASAP. And let's see if we can't do some damage. King of Poker, the ever-present. So we do end up having a 4x multiplier right out of the gate. Pretty good flop. Pretty awful turn. If he does end up having a 5 or a 6 here, he probably checks his turn quite often. I do feel somewhat obliged to still call for the 1.5. Let's see if we can get to showdown here. Nice. Our opponent turns up here with King 8. I also have to shout out another thing that I noticed today. Let's go ahead and start blasting here. This is fine. So shout out to the Spin and Go Heist as well. New promotion. I'm going to fire at least twice here, guys. I think 3 big blinds in the turn is going to be good. Interesting. I don't think he has a 10. The backdoor hearts are definitely a factor here. 2 streets, so I guess we give it a go. So over here, guys, let's take a look at this. So this was a new promotion that just popped up in my client's Spin and Go Heist. It's one of these things where you are basically going to play 8 spins, and I think you unlock the further you get. In the event that you come second or third in a 4x Spin and Go, your challenge attempt will end. You get 5 attempts for this challenge. So I think the idea is that you are going to unlock this puzzle. Yeah, if you click here, you get details for each of the sort of pins that you're going to unlock. You try and finish this challenge, and in the event that you if you run into a 4x or higher, finish second or third in 4x Spin and Goes, and so if you hit a 4x and you don't win it, your challenge ends. So theoretically, this actually might just be one straight up run. I'm going to mark that one for review as well. We don't have too much time for review, but I think the open jam with the shorty on the left is good. I don't see much value in min raising, and I think folding is too tight. Nice. Good spot. Not good in the all-in, I'm afraid. Really, really nice spot there for us. Ace Jack, so good here. Lovely. Really, really lovely. Next game, please. Man, that clicking is so loud on the mic, isn't it, guys? We got to find a way to alleviate that. Pachi M. Knight, thank you very much. I apologize. Thanks for the shout out, buddy. I would have been stuck there forever. We're going to try and trap this guy in the big blind. Sorry about that, chat. If you're watching this back, my apologies. We were in that 4X, basically. Long story short, we shoved King 10 of diamonds, got called by Queen 10 of spades, and they turned us straight on us. We put the chips in very good, though. Of course they have queens. Of course they do. 7. 5 big blinds deep, and they have queens. Of course they do. Of course they do. Of course they do. King, Queen of diamonds, absolutely 0% fold here against any opponent type. And they have ace queen, because of course they do. Of course they do. All right, so we've got a couple hands marked for review here. We'll mark the King 9 as well. Pretty sure that's got to go. We put the chips in good against the 10-7 here. This was a good shove. Ace 7 of clubs wakes up, of course, because that's how that goes. We can shove this one. 10-7 off, shove it around 9 big blinds. So we're about 2 big blinds within a shove. Same spot here. Anything but a jack. Nice. Cool. I'm going to check Call the River, guys. Good stuff. Really just trying to catch a bluff here more than anything else. He's got no hand. Pocket eights. Yes, sir. We will be calling shoves. Pretty straightforward. I am tempted to just click this back and see what he does. We don't really have the right components, but I do think this works a crazy amount of the time. And the jam is good. Nice. Good game for us here. Next game, please. Let me see where we're at now. So far, guys, we have played 3,246 games. We are still pretty far behind where I would expect us to be in both dollars and chips. We have managed to supplement a fair amount of our losses with Rakeback. But we're still probably 10 chips behind where I expect us to be in Chips TV. I'd say probably 10 is good, yeah.
Does he ever lose? This guy. Does he ever lose?
Hey, thank you very much, Indio, for the follow. Welcome, dude. Hope you have a fantastic day today. Welcome to NickWalshTV. Put the chips in very nice here with the KT. We are now heads up against Analyzer. However you want to pronounce that name. Seems good. Checking is no good there. The lead is, I think, is nice. Let's mark that one for review, actually. King or queen. The 4-3 I'm going to mark for review. I think this is actually a really nice lead. I think story checks out. Trapping nines. That's it. It's a pretty clear trap. On the flop, I think a lot of checking here. We're not value betting nines here. Same again on the turn. I don't think he has a king here very often. I don't know. It's weird for him to play his hand this way, though. We're blocking the bottom end of the straight. Nice. Zintex, morning. Thanks for the good lucks. May the upswing continue. Absolutely. Absolutely, sir. We do need to sort out the lighting situation here, though. We've got the one big light, but it's too It's like a spotlight. Let me see if I can turn this on. That definitely warms it up a smidge. Oh, it's really, really light now. Maybe a touch of blue. It's a bit better. It's still too cold though, isn't it? Let me just try the white. A little bit brighter. That is a little bit better. No, not the best. All right, 5 big blinds deep. Indio says, loving the smooth voice and the analysis. What was the highest spinning go prize you rolled, and also did you win it? This is the biggest one I ever rolled. Oh, there you go. Zintax beat you to it. So there's actually a screenshot. You can see the hand that I went out on. I didn't win it. The next biggest after 150K was 6,000, but I've had many other small ones after that as well. To be honest, I never imagined I would ever hit anything as big as 150K. That was never part of the equation for me. So when it did happen, it was kind of a happy surprise. Still managed to take home 15K though. Sure. Good game, buddy. Nice work. Nice work. Nice work. Thank you for the compliment, though. I'm glad you enjoy my smooth voice. This is smooth radio. But yeah, 150,000. My biggest ever score in poker was $40,000. That was in a... Was it 40K? It was about, no, around 30K. That was in a Sunday Million Anniversary event, which unfortunately, and very sadly, had $1 million for first place. I came 16th. I was probably one flip away from 6 figures. It was pretty close. But generally speaking, I've never been a big MTT grinder. Like, I've been playing poker for a long time. I've been an ambassador since 2019. If I was an MTT grinder, I would have anticipated having much bigger scores by this time in my career, but I've always been more of a sit and go guy. In the future, I could pivot. You know, I could potentially pivot to playing more tournaments, that kind of thing. But I've always been more of a cash player or a sit and go player. And for that reason, you know, I've always focused more on having a small, consistent ROI over many games, as opposed to having you know, big scores that cancel out downswings. My baby left me out to dry. So this is bottom of the barrel, guys. 7 deuce is one that one of our funny ones. We could probably raise to 5 if we wanted to balance, but we're not rolling the correct number here. So for this, you can't see it on the screen here, guys, because it's not being captured by OBS, but I'm running a program called Stars Caption. It provides me with the hands I've played with a player. Actually, that's coming from Hans Note, in fact. But I've got the... it's a little tooltip that sits over the table, and it just gives me the effective chip stack. And then it also has a little randomizer on each street. So, for example, right now it's rolling an 80. So it helps me to randomize the situations where I am doing split decisions. So you don't always raise 7 deuce offsuit there. You're going to do it about 20% of the time. So if I roll a 0 to a 20, I'll ISO that to 5 big blinds. If not, we'll just play it like it's 7 deuce because it's a shit hand. That's not true of all combinations, of course. We are thinking on the NWTV chart pack how we're going to play that strategy, and some of the hands are going to be played differently depending on the circumstances. What's up, Tom? Good to see you, buddy. Tom, our power mod, claps in the chat, please. Apologies, Tom, on the short notice, buddy. Thank you for popping in. We have actually had a fair number of games here with unknowns. That's kind of cool. Like, we know this guy. We've got notes on him that he's doing some unusual things.
Put my last $10 in. This game's a game that I can't win. But if I fold, I'm in the win.
Ace and a 10.
I don't think it's right.
No joy there. No joy. Queens are a joy, however. Queens are a joy. Against the unknown player, we can probably get away with just 3-betting small instead. It's really unbalanced, but at 15, it's so weird. Hey, John Edwards, how was your call? Nice one, Zintex. Thank you for the claps. Queen 10 of Diamantes. Queen 10 Diamantes in the sky. 10. Ace. Brav. Oh, new keyboard is so nice, guys. Gotta say. Whew. No good, no good. What's up, Millionaire Mojo? Hello. Indio says, great. I'm fully committed to Mystery Bounty MTT since they came up. Was hoping the 20th anniversary there would be one too. So I don't know if there will be one. However, that is super interesting. I think that there is a lot of opportunity in both PKO and Mystery Bounty formats. I think that most people are playing these formats as though they are a tournament with bonus features, when actually they should be played very, very, very differently. In fact, I spent a large amount of money purchasing the course from Super Crusher Genius Pone Diddy. I bought his PKO Mastery course, or whatever it was called, something like that. And it's really interesting how people are playing those formats incorrectly. Mastering it is just a whole different thing. There's so many things that are just contradictory to traditional MTT strategy, but that's really interesting, dude. I I would love to hear more on how that is going for you in the future. Man, we run bad. Take a black marker and black out the bounties. Voila. Yeah, I mean, also having said that, Indio, you are playing with fire at the same time. Those games are absolutely mental. I was watching a video the other day from GTO Wizard, and they were doing some math surrounding the ICM implications of post bubble bounty hunting. It's just insanity. He's like, oh, cool. So I've done the math. And it turns out that we should be cold calling a 4-way all-in with Jack 3 suited plus to hunt for bounties if we have all 3 people covered and stuff like that. It's just absolutely ludicrous how aggressive you need to be post bubble. Not folding yet. Check raising seems weird. I do imagine he's allowed to just barrel turn really aggressively. Doesn't. Okay, interesting. Turning a hand into a bluff seems excessive when he can still have like ace jack here. Nice. Turns up here with king jack. King jack is similar. King jack is very similar. We have a flush draw and a gut shot. I don't think we need to bluff the turn. To be honest, 10 high has its own merit here. Interesting. Ace deuce is not going to play aggressively there pre-flop. That is in line with what we've seen so far, right? Pretty much the same as the other note. Let's go ahead and actually raise this one up. Nice turn. Nice, very cool. Golden rule for the mystery bounties. If the biggest bounty is still in, shove call with any 2 as long as you cover the villain. I mean, honestly, there's a lot of wisdom in there, yeah. There's a lot of wisdom to that. Yeah, this is better. Nice. Garbage. We absolutely gun this guy down, and then we just get it in good and lose. Let's go to Tesco. Straight. Double gut shot. Get out of my ass. Get out of my ass. By the way, I was saying get out of my house there, by the way. It's a famous quote from a famous British soap opera, and it's said with a Cockney London accent. She says, get out of my house. But she says, you get out of my ass. This one's probably close. King 10 definitely goes. King 9 in the 3x multi. Let's run it. Same again. What's up, Team 651? Yes, Nikki, let's go, let's go. How's the run been recently, mate? Let me describe how the run has been going through the beauty and majesty of dance. There you go. How do you interpret that, chat? Tom says, I know this skin is probably coming to an end soon, but I can't get it out of my head to see the kickoff. Yeah, exactly. It definitely gives kickoff vibes. Endlich normale Leute. Definitely pronouncing the H. Get out of my ass. Sorry, Gilly is distracting me, guys. My apologies. Fuck off, Gilly. I'm trying to do a stream. Stop texting me. All right, we can bet here. We can also check here. At this stack depth, he probably won't have an ace or a queen. I would say this is actually probably a really baller move because we can punish the jacks and the sevens now. To be fair, if he calls a turn, we can just blast river, and he's going to have to fold so many pairs there. He's not going to have an ace or a queen that often. Just absolutely majestic poker, I have to add, by the way. Okay, cool. We're going to do something super weird here. We're going to do something super weird here. And we're going to trap the ocho still. This is good. Not your core. India says, sure, mystery bounties are madly lucky games, but it goes great for me. Never had the deep runs with the equivalent prize payouts of PKO, etc., and it's more thrill and fun for someone who can't spend that much time on poker anymore. I totally get that, mate, and I love that for you, 100%. I've got no problem with mystery bounties. I think if you're somebody who is a bit of a poker purist, it's probably not great. But if you are in your exact situation and you enjoy them, fuck yeah, play them all day long. And I do think that there is still a pretty significant edge to be had if you play them well. Interpretive dance vibes suggest swings. Okay, let me try that again. The camera's not quite positioned correctly. One second, you guys got to see this properly. I'm trying to get the middle of the screen as though it's the middle of my graph. Here we go. This is more like it, okay? That's how you know I've lost it. All right. Are we ever going to fold this flop or not? We're gonna lead the turn though. I think this is probably the best size. What a time to arrive, Poker Bros. Heartbeat monitor dead. That's actually probably the best interpretation as of yet. I mean, if the recent run has been lots of karate fish, I wish we were playing karate fish. Manav says, I think you lose. Yes, we have been losing, absolutely. But it's not been losing in the sense that we've been like nosediving. It's like losing in the sense that we've been doing nothing and we've just been dying. We've been losing to the rake, basically. So this was me doing, our graph currently is just a flat line of absolutely nothing. We are unfortunately flatlining in a way which is very frustrating. We can't seem to win any EV and therefore we're just losing to the rake. Lots of crabs, pocket threes, overrepresentation. Gotcha. Yeah, you nailed it. Very nice hand dancing. Thank you. I'm glad you approve. I'm going to mark the 10-7 of diamonds there. I'm pretty sure we can just limp fold. Might sneak in a little trap here. Can we get Manav? Can we catch him here? Under rep our hands. Ah. So this is Manav, who is now officially a friend of the stream, by the way, since he's here in chat with us. I said, yeah. Oh! Absolutely smashed the 9 on the turn as well. If we flat, we get roasted no matter what. At least we had 1.5%. Give him the money. Give him the money. Give him the money. We're going to mark the 9-5 for review as well. Shoving feels like not quite right, but also like he's not really going to have an ace that often. So we suddenly end up having the best hand very frequently. And like he can still call us with a flush draw. Theoretically, I suppose. If the break-even section is the run bad part of the graph, long term still is pretty good. Hopefully we see the uphill swim dance. I mean, honestly, or like more of a something like that. But yeah, like, you know, we're just flat, 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 flat. Nothing happening for a big stretch now. Again, big stretch is doing a lot of heavy lifting here in the spin community. 10-7, please. Nice hand, Manav. How long do you think you'll stream, by the way, Nikki? Will time just wrap? So I'm gonna finish about 2 o'clock exactly, and we'll give you the nod. We'll give you the nod, my friend. I'm going to finish stream around 2 because I've got to catch this train around 3. By the way, Mr. Tomo, are you going to be in Nottingham this weekend for the Handed Mob Championship? I will be there from Thursday till Monday. If you want to come say hi. I actually don't even know how far Nottingham is from you. I always forget where you live. I'm going to mark the 10-7 shove. I'm like pretty sure that the 10-7 shove is good. We were at like 5 effective. I am going to consider tripling off here. So he shouldn't have the ace of diamonds. The queen of diamonds is a little bit more likely. Let's commit. Sir Black roll. I'm assuming he's deciding if the 8 of diamonds is any good. Nice. Team 651 says Cambridge, and I would love to, but new baby means I've barely been out for the last 6 weeks. Might be nice to just announce I'm off to Nottingham for the weekend and chill with my boys. I mean, 6 weeks. You know, even daddy's got some time off once in a while. Even daddy needs some time to himself. Even daddy deserves some daddy time. Do you know what I'm saying? Even Big Daddy needs a day off once in a while. Nice. No, don't do anything silly. That's nice. Speaking of which, Cambridge to Nottingham is not close, is it? Cambridge to Nottingham. Oh, it's a 2-hour drive. No problem. Even Daddy needs to go for a 2-hour drive once in a while. Hey, Manu over on YouTube. Hey, Nick, first time chatting. I dig your post-game analysis. Sincerely, good luck, mate. Thank you. Thank you, Manu. That's very, very kind. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I am hoping that all that analysis is eventually going to result in... I don't know if you get that reference. I don't know how long you've been watching, so I don't know if that makes any sense. There you go. I'm hoping that all that analysis will eventually result in Quiz 2, like the bluff? I like the bluff. I thought that was pretty cool. Speaking of which, I should probably write that one down. Today is the 9th of the 7th. 07. Forgot what year it was. What was the actual hand that I had? Good spot. The grind never stops. That's right, Mac. We're not taking a day off just so we can gallivant away off into the sunset straight to Nottingham. We're going to go see the fucking sheriff. That's what we're going to do. We're going to sit down. We're going to play some spin and goes. We're going to get closer to our target. And then we're going to go see the sheriff. We're going to sit here. We're going to play our volume. And then we're going to go see the fucking sheriff. That's what we're going to do. And guess what? When we get there, we're taking down the sheriff. We are about to be the new sheriff of Nottingham. They're about to crown us the new sheriff of Nottingham. There's a new sheriff in town. All right? Mark my words. Ladies and gentlemen, mark my words. There is a new sheriff in town. Nottingham, look out. There's a new sheriff in town. That's all I've got to say. Come on, bruv. What's up, Gil? Did I shoot the sheriff? Not yet, but I'm about to shoot my shot and shoot the sheriff in Nottingham, and I'm about to be the new sheriff. Fuck's sake. These late game spots are fucking killing me, bruv. I cannot just run anyone down anymore. They always have a hand. It's fucking ludicrous. Love This Crazy Life says, I'm from Nottingham and I will vote for Nick Walsh as sheriff. Okay, are you coming? Yeah, but Tom, you're saying that. Listen to the typing. That is a really, really nice keyboard. I'm telling you, chat. I'm telling you, mate. Love This Crazy Life. Are you coming this weekend? Are you coming? Are you gonna come watch me shoot the sheriff? Just a reminder. Just a reminder of what's happening this weekend. It's right here. This is where I'm going to this afternoon. I will be in Nottingham, taking part in the main event, potentially the high roller. I'll also be playing in the broadcast invitational event that's happening tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow evening. Lots of other small side events as well. If you guys want to join, come and check it out. Hendon Mob Championship at Dusk Till Dawn in Nottingham. It's already live. It's already running. I might even do a little giveaway. I did this last time, but basically I selected a random person to come and play, and I paid for their entry into the main event. That was a lot of fun, actually having a little sweat. Good story. Anyway, we won it all in there with 10s, guys. We won a little all in there with the 10s.
Does he ever lose?
Bitchu, thank you very much for the follow. It's a lot less clicky. It's not linear. No, it is. These are legitimate switches. These are real switches. It's a special switch though. It's called Nano Blush. Is the color? It's I think it's Nano Blush. Let me find the keyboard that I bought. Amazon. I hear this is going to be a drink-free poker trip. No chance. You can't go to Nottingham and not drink. That's fucking ridiculous, Thomas. You're being ridiculous right now, okay? I love you. I love you like a brother. I love you like a father. I love you like you're my own flesh and blood, but you're being ridiculous. Newfie Air 75 V3 hot swappable wireless mechanical keyboard, 84 keys, 75% custom low profile keyboard with knob, RGB backlight, support Bluetooth 2.4 gigahertz. And it is dark/blush nano switch. It is really good. It's great. It's going to take me a while to get used to it, but it's very good. I'm going to mark that one for review. I think we are allowed to lead there. Maybe without the king is better. I'm not sure. Mark that one for review. We're going to have to end it a little bit early so I can make sure I get my train and my plane and my automobile. What's up, the dude? Good to see you, mate. Welcome back. Thank you for the follow 9 hours ago, by the way. You need a keyboard with a numpad. Fair enough. You can actually get a version of this with the numpad. That was an active choice. I did like the numpad for like putting in bets, but I want to try and automate more of that stuff. Ace King is a really good hand, guys. Ace King is a really fucking good hand, bruv. You're killing me. Bitchu says, hey, just saying that the link for Twitch that you have on your YouTube channel goes to PokerStars. That does make sense, but I mean, so for quite some time, most of the streaming that I did was on PokerStars, so that would make sense. But can you just clarify? Which specific link are you talking about? The one on this one? Or you talking this one here? That goes to NickWalshTV. My link on YouTube. Okay, cool. Thank you, mate. Take a look. Hey, the dude. Thank you very much, man. My links. So if you look at this, so my, everything is NWTV except Twitch goes to Central Twitch channel. Oh, I see. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Got it. Thank you, guys. That's very kind of you to point that out. Let me view your channel, edit your channel, customize channel. My links are, yeah, there it is. Thank you, mate. NickWalshTV. Beautiful. Thank you so much. That is a great note. Thank you for that.
You took me by surprise. I felt it in my eyes.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's fine.
Oh God, you got you know you got me there.
Sorted. Thank you.
I'm a sinner, but I pray.
The dude says, I'm transitioning to spins because I think it's a great game and I'm here to learn from the best. Let's go. Thank you. I don't know about the best. I feel like there's still the king of poker. Hate to say it. Hate to say it, chat, but I will take top 50. I will accept top 50. Top 50 is fine for me. I actually thought we outdrew him there for a second. It was kind of cool. Sounds fun. I've just looked at the schedule. We'll speak to my old man and see if he's up for it. Yes, brav. Yes, brav. Yes. Come say hi. I'll buy you a drink. Tom isn't drinking. Tom's invited too. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be probably the best. Probably the best poker event of all time. Tom is invited, but he's not going to show up because he's rude. But if he does show up, he's not drinking. He's already agreed. But they are aware of the fact the England game is on. We're going to do a watch party. It's going to be sick. Pokebrush says free drinks for Nick. Yes, you are correct. He shall be drinking lots of Fireball. Fireball might be required. I might try and stick to like White Russians. I always win when I drink White Russians. Always. I don't think I've ever had a losing session while drinking White Russians. Gil says, dang, I would actually probably go to the main if I didn't have my kids. I literally invited you. What are you talking about, bruv? You're killing me. You're killing me. For a short time, I thought the live on YouTube was a rerun or something because PokeStars wasn't live on Twitch. Tom says, I am invited to come to the UK today. You are invited, yes. In fact, Tom, I will even share a room with you. I'll get a twin. Ruthie has decided to bow out of this trip. Understandable. So there is an extra person on the booking that you could potentially take if you can make it in time. If you get on a flight right now, you can play on Friday. Jaeger bombs are probably a good shot as well. I just want to say, oh, the limp here. My goodness. Why are we limping at 4.5? What's going on here, Zelzel? Haggis bombs, gross. I didn't know it had such a nice guarantee. I'm also very busy at the moment. Shut up. Shut up. Don't be so ridiculous. No. It's literally a fold. What the fuck? Bruv. I just don't have the strength. Are you kidding me? Are you actually kidding me? Just gonna fold the entire deck for the last 4 hands? It's embarrassing, mate. It's actually embarrassing. And then we're dominated when we have 1 big blind. Sure, with 4-3. Very good. Why are you not drinking White Russians for spins? Good point, honestly. Maybe I wouldn't have to fold the entire deck to get there. Come on! All the way. All the way back. We're coming all the way back here. 4.5 bigs. Let's go. We were patient. We did the right thing. We made the folds we needed to make. Now we are going to gun him all the way down here. All the way back. Zelzel makes the call. Domination situation. Be good. Just be good, you dirty, dirty boy. I'm running like gold. Getting a lock with 4 is probably not the end of the world, eh? Can we beat him now? He's got 8.8 big blinds. Woo! 125. Let's go. $125, baby. Let's go. 125 of your finest dollars. Manu says Nottingham has always been generous on villains' rewards. True. That's why I'm heading in there to sort him out. That's why I will be the new sheriff in town. That is why I will be the new sheriff in town. If he bets turn, which I think he will quite often, I think we got to play it slow, guys. I think we got to call and check. Wow. Terrifying river for him. Pretty annoying. The Intercity spin. All right, we're going to bomb turn. He's never folding that 8, by the way. Good check by us here. He is never, ever, ever folding that 8 if we bet that river. Not for all the jewels in the kingdom. Can't fold. Give me an Ocho, please. Okay, why are you checking? If you're checking, it's because you probably have a check raise bluff, which means we probably still want to bet something like this. Which is actually a pretty good turn to barrel as a bluff. He does decide to check it over. We are clawing back a couple dollars here. Couple chippers. Couple chipping Camdens. Two pair. That's right. Undersea Monkey, that's right. Jump in. The water is fine. We have kings. We're raising to 3 like a genius. Oh my God! Oh my God. GG. Oh, and the big multiplier as well. In the big multiplier. In the big multiplier, we just smash it in so good. We outplay him. We got him right down to even Stevens. What's up, Nettie? Pokebra says, Nick, when you win this 25, you should treat yourself to a 50 where they'll respect your plays. Yeah. Yeah. Really was a good game for us as well. It was legitimately a very good game for us. Zell. I'm checking like a genius. I'm check calling like a genius. I'm check calling like a super genius. I'm check shoving like a super genius. I'm limping like a super genius. Can we get them both? This is pretty unbalanced, obviously. Hashtag super genius. Cool. King of Poker is dead. Long live the monkey. Long live the undersea monkey. All in. This is a good all in spot. Alright, guys, so probably like 1 or 2 or 3 more games. Manu says the sheriff is in the streets, not in your GTO land. We can do both. We can do both. Just because we know GTO, just because we know a fraction of GTO, doesn't mean that we can't play street poker. There's gonna be a new sheriff in town. There's about to be a new sheriff in town. Then he says France to win tonight. I think there's a good shot France will win tonight. All right, we're going to mark that one for review. I'm pretty sure that's a shove. Oh, dude, always. This guy never loses, dude. This guy always has the hand. Always. Fucking sick, dude. Let's mark that one for review as well. Thank you, Specky. What's up, Tony? Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, early stream today. We got to go to Nottingham. I'm going to try and get a train at 3 p.m. So we're going to probably start our review session quite swiftly here. And then we can hot foot it over to the station, get on our way to the Handed Mob Championship. Speggy says, good luck, bro. I've played 4,500 spins so far this month. How about you, Nick? Not that many. However, how many hours have you streamed, Specky? There you go. There's a question, smartass. You goddamn smartass. How many hours have you streamed? Huh? How many hours have you streamed this month? How many hours of broadcast entertainment and educational material have you created? That's what I thought. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Just joshing, buddy. I love you. King of Poker. King of Poker. Too good. Tom. Let me take a look. How many hands have I actually played this one? Not even that many hands. Not even that many hands. That's so funny. And the King of Poker just he just has the hand. He just has the hand, and when he doesn't, he makes the hand. That is the sign of a true poker player. That's a sign of a true champion. They've always got the nuts. And if they don't, they get there anyway. My streams are private. I love you, Specky. That's a good comeback. That's a good comeback, mate. Only the homies get to see the tech. Pocket Kings, what could go wrong? Wow, we won an all-in, guys. Pretty exciting.
Does he ever lose? This guy. Does he ever lose?
E. Clavat, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Trap ace queen, like a boss. Like a boss. Like a boss. There's a new sheriff in town. There is a new sheriff in town. Chat, one more game and then we'll do some review. We actually have a fair number of hands to cover today. It's a 2x multiplier. Heads up against the player in blue. So technically that can be a call. It's really, really close anyway, even as is. We're going to try and sneak in here and outplay this dude as much as possible. It's tricky when you're playing with no big blinds and 1 minute clocks. We won't be folding this hand though. This is way too good. Queen! All right, one more.
Question. Is anyone else absolutely gutted they're not in Vegas right now grinding the main event? Because I know I am. Exactly. So, I've been sat at home thinking, what can I do? And realistically, there's only one thing. It's time to plan 2027. Are you thinking to yourself, another shit reg, another bankroll challenge? Well, you're right. Look, the simple fact is, I've never played the main event. The Mecca will poker tournament. So the plan is, we're going to smash it out in 2027. So what does the challenge look like? It's pretty simple, really. Play poker and win £10,000. And the reason for that is, it covers the main event, it will cover the flights. We don't even need to worry about accommodation, because thanks to my good friend, Bobby, we've got a Diamond Caesars Platinum something card. I don't know really what it means, but I do know it's to get free hotel rooms at Caesars properties. Dan, you're such an amazing player. How can I follow along? Well, very simple. Stay tuned on Instagram. I'll post all the updates there. I'll also be tracking the information on Left Pocket, the bankroll management app. No, I'm not affiliated. So yeah, check it out. No, it's fine. Yeah, that's it from me. Stay tuned and good luck at the tables.
Woo! Check it out, guys.
Question.
This is Decaf Poker, Daniel Williams. Go give him a follow. He's doing a challenge. He needs to win £10,000 this year for the 2027 Vegas season next year. If you want to follow along with his progress, go give him a look. He's only got 865 followers. He makes good shit. He is now a buddy of mine at PokerStars. We're going to be working together there too. Daniel Williams, aka Decaf Poker, DCAFF Poker. Give him a follow right now. How dare you not follow him already? Good karma. It's good karma to support your friends. It's good karma to support your friends. Go and give them a follow, guys, while I win this $100 that we're definitely about to win. King of Poker. Pa! King of Joker, more like. Am I right? Yeah, missed the Royal. What is that? What is that bullshit? Are you kidding me? Literally a Royal flush draw and 2 overcards, and we cannot get there. How do we beat this guy? How do we beat him? He's too good. How can you do that? The flush over flush was imminent. $100, boom. Okay, so let's do some review, guys. Take a look. So let me filter for today. All right, so this is what we look like today, ladies and gentlemen. We played 25 spinning goes in 2 hours. We won $25. We won 91 chips per game. That's more like it. We absolutely demolished it today, guys. However, it should be noted that if you look over the course of this month, in fact, basically the last 2 sessions as of yesterday and today, we have only just clawed back a small amount of what we were under from before, which is always the case. Some days you're going to win tons of money. Sometimes you don't. It's the balance that counts. We ended up winning 7.7 chips per game this week so far, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and we ended up winning $375. This is still not enough chips. We're still not winning enough chips. We need more chips, please. In any case, let's take a look at some hands. Let's take a look at some hands for review. King of Poker is the GOAT for real. He really is. And as much as hands like that annoy me, he's legitimately very good. Specky says moans about running bad flops to straight next 2 hands against 2 pair. Specky! You don't know. You haven't seen what I've seen, bro. Okay? Live on stream. You haven't seen what I've seen. I've endured some shit this year. It's been hard, okay? Support your brother. Let's take a look. So actually, before we do this, guys, let's close up stars. We're going to fire up some technology here that is not for use during play. That's why we do it after. We take the hand histories, we save the hand histories, we study the hand histories. That means we're all safe here, okay? Pocket trays, I think this is a pretty clear jam. This guy's super short, makes it kind of awkward. I do think that there's not really, I don't see any value in min raising this. And I'm assuming that even though we're deeper with this guy, this has just got to be a really simple push, right? We're going to use some technology here. This is my GTO Wizard account that I paid $1 billion to have. Personally, I'm not affiliated with them, unfortunately. I think they're a great company, though. Yeah, it's just a jam, easy game, pretty straightforward stuff. Just double checking. King 9, there's a jam here, and there's a fold. I think we're calling. I'm pretty sure against the 7 big blind jam, the King 9 is going to go. The issue that we have with this one is it's a bit sensitive to the jamming, to the shoving range. Yeah, I'm going to say it's in there. It is in there. Let's just double check this. It's not enough to just say yes, no. We want to understand what we're doing. The shoving range here, is my opponent doing this? Probably close. Let's just, let's give it a go. Let's mess with this one. We're going to do some node locking here, guys. We're not calling the button. Confirm. The blind v blind raise will be to 2. That's fine. So solution here. Okay, cool. So let's node lock this one. Let's change how this hand plays. Let's say that he's going to be folding a little bit more. Let's say that he's shoving. A lot of players not shoving those. Some people not even shoving that. Definitely players missing the suited connectors. Definitely missing some of the weaker kings. Let's just say there. Let's lock it there and let's see how we go. All in, folds. So there you go. That's how sensitive it is. King 9 in this solve here. If we open up this hand and we take a look at the range, King 9 correct to call here. Hey, thank you very much, Disco Derek, for the raid. Welcome, everybody, from Disco Derek's stream. My name is Nick. I'm a member of Team PokerStars Pro, and we're playing Spinning Ghost today. We're doing a review session now if you guys are interested. I'll show all the hands that we played before we talk about them so you haven't missed anything. But you guys can see we're doing a little comparison here. So, King 9 is a clear call, assuming your opponent is shoving the correct range. In the event that they are playing this tighter node locked range that we have just done here, I would say this is quite a bit tighter. But you can see that suddenly the actual outcome here means King 9 becomes a fold. King 10 still performs fine. So we want to be careful. This is a guy we've played a lot of poker with. Yes, exactly. Specky has hit the nail on the head, and that's exactly what we're trying to do with the node lock. King 9 is a hand that I have probably robotically learned is a call according to GTO. However, against unknowns, you're probably just going to want to ditch it, and you're going to want to be way, way tighter. It's okay. It's not the end of the world if you miss that spot. If we go back and actually take a look at the value of it here, it's 0.16. Now, 0.16 big blinds, as a call compared to winning nothing is pretty, you know, legitimate. However, it's 0.16, assuming your opponents are shoving correctly. Most people aren't. Even the regs are missing some of these spots. Therefore, we're probably going to want to just take this one out completely. Against the guy that we were playing in the hand, call is good. Call is fine. And we can see he does actually turn up here with King Jack. Lovely. Cool. Unmarked hand, 4-3. So this is a limp. We play it as a check. We end up here. Our opponent bets one. We call. We turn 2 pair. I feel like this is a great opportunity to lead. We would also lead diamonds. We can also lead hands like 6-7 with the 7 of diamonds, 5-6 with the 6 of diamonds. Basically, we have a lot of cute little semi-bluffy kind of hands that we can turn into a bluff. I think our hand improves in a way that wants to put more chips in the middle here as a lead. And I think the lead will be around one big blind. Let's see if I'm completely mental or if I'm a super genius. Okay, cool. So on the turn, they like flop. Check bet. Okay, fair enough. There is actually some folding here at the stack depth. This is actually not a surprise. We have studied this spot a little bit more. I would argue we have no backdoors, but I think the call is probably still fine, especially against real people. As played, they want us to check turn. Interesting. Let's take a look at it and see if we can learn something about the turn. I'm assuming diamonds want to lead quite often, but we are super shallow. This is why it's problematic, right? I think perhaps this is why this hand is a bit different. So let's duplicate this and see if we can learn something else here, and we'll just run the same hand. So at this stack depth, once we've arrived here, this is almost 100% check. There is basically no lead at this stack depth. If we, however, take ourselves up to, let's say we go up to 14. Same hand, 14 big blinds effective. Same, interesting. I'm very surprised that we're doing no leading here. This is a bit weird for me, because I think there's lots of opportunities to lead at this, and apparently there's something about this texture that just is not that much of a thing. We're going to have to go back and look at this one another time, guys, because I'm surprised to see that. In any case, we played it as a lead. I would say this one is probably a blunder then. Maybe not a blunder. A blunder is a bit too strong, probably just a mistake. Leading two pair is probably never going to be a big issue, but I do think that this is one that we were going to have to go back and double check. In fact, I'm going to leave it unticked for now. We'll go back to that one later. Specky says, I think this is far too tight of a range you gave him. Any $25 reg will... No, right, Specky. That's what I'm saying. I'm not simplifying it for that player specifically. I'm simplifying it in the case that we're giving the guy no credit whatsoever. But yeah, the node lock is extremely tight. That was for a complete unknown. If it's a $25 reg, 100% they're still going to have the suited connectors. I was doing it for the other version of player. Okay, so in this spot, we end up limping 10-7. I think we can just shove 10-7 blind v blind here, but we played as a limp fold. This one is probably going to be a mistake, according to GTO. Let's take a look. Yeah, so pre-flop, yeah, they just want you to jam. This is just a miss shove as anticipated. That's fine. That's kind of what I thought on second look. 9-5. Check back. Our opponent bets. We end up shoving. So the interesting thing about this spot is our opponents will have lots and lots of bets that are complete air. I don't know if check jam is any good here, though. We can still get called by hearts. Obviously, it's not really a good spot, but for the most part, we're denying equity to overcards. I'd say probably this is going to be a mistake as well, but I just don't know how to play this one correctly. Let's take a look. Yeah, so on the flop, check, bet, and just the smooth call. That's fine. I marked this one in anticipation of this one being absolutely probably wrong. We end up shoving the 10-7 on this occasion. So 10-7 is a hand you can shove for around 9 big blinds effective. Once we get to 6 against this guy, I think this is going to be fine. Manav is not a player we play with a lot, so potentially overfolding to the jam as well. Definitely an option there. All good, fine. King 5 diamonds, limp, check. I do think we're allowed to have leads on this board. I don't know if King 5 is one of them. That's why we are going to double check this one as well. The ability to lead there is quite strong because we can lead all kinds of 2 pairs. We flop straights, top pairs. Let's take a look. Nice. So on the flop, a mix of check and bet. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if literally deuce 5, 5-7, 6-5 is also good, and 4-5 is another good one. If you lead 4-5 and get raised, you can still stack, because a lot of the hands that want to raise, we're still going to have mountains of equity against. So it feels good. Sometimes they'll have a flush draw too, which is of benefit. 6-7 suited. All in with the 6-7 suited here. 8 big blinds effective. I would be very surprised if this is not the absolute 100% move. Yeah. And study. So, yep. Let's just take a look. I'm pretty sure it's 100% jam. I don't think we're going to do anything else here. Yeah, just 100%. Get it in. Easy game. Do strategy like that instead. Yeah, 100%. Cool. Pretty straightforward. And King Jack. Specky says, can check raise not all in here? Ammo, lots of overcards will jam pre. Right, exactly. I think that's definitely also an option for sure. He's talking about the bottom pair spot. So a jam here. Our opponent is super short here. I'm assuming we have to call with the King Jack here. It's 10 big blinds. We should dominate a fair amount of this shoving range as well, theoretically. He ends up having Ace King, of course, but let's take a look. Yeah, boom, easy game. Ace-6, min raise, shove. I don't really know what else we're supposed to do here. This is extremely sensitive, though, because the min raise is going to be very strong from a lot of players and very unbalanced. Perfect play here, but let's take a look, because it's not enough just to look there. We want to know what's going on. Close these two. So if we take a look at the way this player is supposed to construct their range, there is a lot of min raises here that people just don't have. So theoretically, 12 big blinds effective, your opponent is still supposed to be min raising 10-5 suited, Jack-5 suited. There's no chance. I mean, I definitely don't do this enough, even though perhaps I should. But we have to be really careful, because against a complete unknown, I would argue that the min raise, unless you see them min raising like most of their range and they're like just not playing shoves, a min raise here when we have 11 big blinds is very dangerous, because it ends up being very, very strong and it doesn't contain much of this at all. Uh, 6-7 suited going to be good at 8, but less good at 5. Let's take a look in a sec. So yeah, this is confirmed fine, but also against the reg, we're okay. Against the unknown, we want to be much more careful. I would argue a lot of people, even regs, are not going to be min raising the correct frequency here. So it's a bit of a tricky one to confirm. So Specky wants us to double check one here. We're looking at symmetric 8 big blinds. And we were looking at the 6-7 suited. Is it blind v blind? There you go. 6-7 suited, and then he wants to check 5. So at 5, the 6-7 stays in. 6-5 comes out. If we duplicate this, we can compare. So this is 5, and then this one's going to be symmetrical 8. So that's interesting, because I probably do make that mistake, Specky. So what Specky is indicating is that 6-7 suited is a very clear push at 8, but once we get to 5, it actually comes out, which is kind of blowing my mind, because I almost definitely do not make that adjustment. Having the high cards becomes much more important here. Also, 8 big blinds effective, King Deuce not pushing. Oh, sorry, this is heads up. What are we doing? Sorry, this is meant to be multi-way. I'm looking at the wrong range. Sorry, this is the one. Okay, never mind. I've confused myself. I think I've confused myself, guys. Give me a sec. It was button. Okay, sorry, that's what it was. Okay, cool. Button. That makes more sense. So button 6-7 suited, 6-5 suited, and then this is at 8, and then at 5. Yeah, okay, cool. So that is the adjustment. So I think this is in line with what I would do. I think this is usually how I would behave. The thing is, I'm probably missing the 6-5 suited shove at 8 anyway. I probably forget that one. But interestingly enough, yeah, that would make sense. I think this is probably what I do in real life. Now we're looking at it properly, but I also don't include the 6-5. But the 6-7 is still in here at 5, which makes sense to me. I didn't even realize 6-5 was a component here. Yeah. Anyway, okay, cool. So that's good confirmation on that one, but otherwise that's all of them. I'm going to look at this one again. I am quite surprised to see that there's no lead on this turn, like ever. Well, maybe not ever, but let's take one more quick look. Let's take one more quick look because I am very surprised to see we don't lead diamonds some of the time here. Let me make sure I'm getting this one right. Yeah, you need fold equity, right? Of course, yeah. So 6-7 does stay in though, Specky. Just has equity, I suppose, but... So call, check. This is the flop, check that call, and they're saying that there's absolutely no lead from the big blind here, which is interesting. I thought that when we went deeper, if we duplicate this one, I thought if we went deeper, there would have to be more leads. Like, let's go to 20 and see if it works there. Okay, there's something about this flop in this turn. So it could be the case that, let's say that we included the 6 of diamonds instead. It could be that the straight and the flush coming in is enough of an equity shift for us to want to do things differently. Let's try 6 of diamonds. There it is. So now the 6 of diamonds, we suddenly have a lot more leading. So 20% more leading. I remember Tonka saying one time, I was talking to him about leading in pots, and he said that the leading happens most frequently in situations where there's a significant equity shift. And what that means to say is you want to be leading in spots where the turn is really bad for strong hands to want to continue to barrel if you check to them. But the turn is also very good for you to represent significant strength if you have the correct blockers. So what that means is we want to put the chips in ourselves where our opponent is incentivized to check more often, but we also can use that to our advantage where we can lead in a meaningful way if we're doing it correctly, where we can represent a lot of strength and we can get strong hands to fold with lead and then lead again if we miss. At 5-4, etc., you get call more, which means those hands are behind more often. 3 doesn't really improve you much. They still have lots of flushes. Yeah, for sure. For sure. This makes sense. So I think we've kind of uncovered where we're at right now. The leading strategy is going to be much more effective in situations where your opponents are more incentivized to check back if you check strong hands. So this makes sense. And perhaps we are overutilizing this spot. Although, like I said, I still think 6-7 with the 7 of diamonds is actually a really cute way to play this hand. I mean, they're including absolutely no leads whatsoever, but I do think as an exploit, 6-7 of diamonds, 5-6, no, sorry, 6-7 with 1 diamond, 5-6 with 1 diamond is a really cool lead, and I think that's going to be really good against humans. But yeah, good. Okay, cool. We can uncheck that one. We've covered that now. All right, so that's it for today, guys. We are pretty much hitting 2 o'clock on the dot. I'm going to go dash and catch my train, and I will head to Nottingham right this instant to go see my buddies up at Dusk Till Dawn. Speaking of which, again, I'm going to give it one more shout out. The Hand and Mob Championship, it's happening right now. It says the 7th to the 12th. We're right in the middle, but you can still be involved. You can still take part today and tomorrow and throughout the weekend. If I'm not mistaken, Sunday is the final day. So that means you have 1A, 1B tomorrow. You can still play 1A. Sorry, no, tomorrow is day 1A, B. Saturday is C, D. It's a 200K guarantee for 230 pounds buy-in. You can still play the high roller as well, which will happen on the Sunday. That's probably going to be a really good event. And come and hang out. I'll buy you a drink. Come and support the boys. I'm going to post more about this on social media. Speaking of social media, check me out, !Nick. It's not really an asymmetrical equity spot. Yeah, right. Sorry, with the 3. Correct. Yeah, that's my conclusion as well, Specky. Jamie says, what a nerd, mate. Lol. Good to see you, Jamie. By the way, Jamie, if you're interested, buddy, jump on your bike, head to Nottingham. If you start now, you can get there. Yeah, thank you, Tom. All right, cool. So I'm going to sign up for now, guys. I'm going to head straight to the station. I love you all very much. I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. I'll keep you guys updated on socials. Give me a follow, and I'll see you next week on stream if I don't see you in Nottingham. Bye for now.